When it comes to selling your home, everybody wants to get more from the market. But what does it take? I don't know about you, but if I was going to renovate my entire home, I'd probably just want to live in it afterwards. So, how can you get the most for your home on the market without breaking your back or the bank? I'm Zach Smith, a realtor from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm going to tell you 3 simple ways to get more for your house in less than a week. So, you're interested, but how much is this really going to pay off? What does it look like? Well, here's an example. These 2 homes are pretty similar to each other, and they sold for a pretty big difference in price. The first didn't do these steps and sold for $235 a square foot. The second did go through these steps and sold for an adjusted $253 per square foot. Adjusted because there were a couple little features that were nicer on the second home, but overall they're really close. So for these 2 homes, following these 3 simple steps translated to about a $46,000 difference in price. So you're on board and ready to go. What are these 3 steps? First up, let's cover basic staging. No matter how nice or how clean your home is, you're always going to want to do a little bit of basic staging. Even if you think you've got everything set up and ready to go, it's always best to take a second step through and follow this process no matter what. So what does decluttering look like? Well, let's take a kitchen counter for example. You might have out appliances, cooking utensils, maybe some food, who knows what. Ultimately, you're going to want those counters completely cleaned off. The only thing that you might leave out is like appliances that you use every day, or maybe some unpackaged food like a fruit basket or something. This general philosophy should apply to the entire house. Basically, if it doesn't look nice enough that your favorite millennial would post a picture of it on Instagram without any real caption, it should probably get packed away. Where should all this stuff go? Well, put it into cabinets first, and then a storage place like a shed or garage, and then lastly, closets. Because ultimately, we want the closets to be staged too. In general, for closets, you don't want any 2 hangers touching each other, and you don't want any clothes piles touching each other. Additionally, you probably want the floors to be totally cleared off. You're trying to give the impression that you've got way more closet space than you'll ever need, like that'll ever happen. If you have to choose though between decluttered rooms or decluttered closets, always pick the decluttered rooms. Next, how should you clean? Well, put on your professional cleaner hat. First, vacuum, mop, and if you need to, rent a carpet cleaner. Get the floors looking nice and clean. Next, break out your Windex and clean the windows, mirrors, and anything similar. After that, you can clean anything else that you know how to clean. Kitchen appliances, furniture, and fine details like baseboards, crown molding, blinds, and windowsills. Once you get to that point, anything that's left that's still a little dirty should stick out like a sore thumb. If you know how to clean it. Otherwise, get it packed away. Now, for this step, you should probably skip paint touch-ups. We'll cover that in just a minute. Now, cleaning and decluttering doesn't just apply to the interior of the home. It also applies to the exterior. When you go out into the yard, make sure that the lawn is mowed tidily, all of your edging is done nicely, any mulch beds have the same color mulch in them, and you straighten any stone linings or any other lining system that you have around mulch beds or a fence, anything like that, get it straightened up and decluttered. If you have any grills or patio furniture, make sure that it looks nice and that it matches the style of your home and the price point of your home. For example, if you take a look at our unstaged home from earlier, you'll see that they have some patio furniture and a grill outside. It doesn't look bad, however, they decided to try to sell this house at about $650,000. At that price point, this patio furniture and these grills and this setup just didn't look nice enough to meet the luxury market that they were pursuing. Finally, you should consider pressure washing your driveway and any sidewalks, but be sure to test a section beforehand. Sometimes soft stone can be damaged by a pressure washer, so you always want to find a little corner somewhere hidden and test it there first. If the entire house needs to be pressure washed, I'd recommend hiring a professional to do that rather than trying to do it on your own. Up to this point, everything should be relatively self-explanatory. You can tell when something's clean and you can tell when something's decluttered. But from here on, you might need to bring in your real estate professional. Because here in the second step, we're going to be simplifying the styling of your home. What does that mean? Well, it means that we're going to match most of the interior paint colors. We're going to get rid of any of those little accent items that you really didn't want to pack away. And basically get everything down to a base neutral level. Now, why is it important to bring in your real estate professional? Well, because the goal isn't to find something that you're going to really like with the house. You're going to find something that appeals to the broader market. As a general rule, the more people that you can make your home appeal to, the higher price you'll get on the market. For an example, you might really, really love your red kitchen. It gives you tons of energy, it makes you excited to cook, and it makes you really enjoy your meals after you spend time in the kitchen. However, most home buyers that see your red kitchen really don't like your red kitchen. When your real estate professional gives you the advice that you should paint your kitchen back to a neutral gray or beige or whatever other color happens to match your house, don't take it personally. Again, the idea isn't to make your home better, it's to make your home more appealing to a broader market. As an example, a lot of designer-styled homes with fantastic paint schemes, wallpapers, patterns, furniture design, everything you could imagine and dream of, don't actually bring a lot of money on the market because they don't appeal broadly. They appeal to a very specific design taste. And generally, the person who the designer set up that design for was already living in the home, not buying it this time. So we've simplified the styling of your home. Now it's time to unsimplify it, but in a very specific way. First up, we're going to bring in some color to the exterior by planting some flowers. At the very least, putting some flowers in a planter around the front door. Some fresh, bright colored flowers will always help improve the sale value of your home. If it's a time of year where you cannot get any flowers, try to get some fresh plants that are still healthy and growing and bring a little pop of green to the home. After that, you can consider adding some pops of color with paint to specific areas like the door, window shutters, or some interior accents. Again, consult your real estate professional for what's acceptable on the broader market. Finally, we're going to bring back some of those little accent items that we made you pack away to add some kind of theme to the house. Oftentimes, this step isn't necessary, but if we do decide to add a theme, it would either be color, like coral or teal, or some other bright color that's going to add energy to the home, a theme or symbol like horses or music, popular one here in Nashville, or we're going to add a texture like wood or stone. This is built into a lot of modern homes where you look at, say, a farmhouse style, where a wood textured finish is a key element of the home. Again, oftentimes this final step of unsimplifying the design is a little unnecessary. But I would always recommend planting some flowers or at least setting up a planter out front. That's the basics. Obviously, there's a lot more that you could do with your home, but these 3 simple steps, cleaning and decluttering, then simplifying the design, then unsimplifying the design, are almost always necessary for all homes going onto the market, and they'll bring you great returns, and they take, most of the time, less than a week. If you have some specific question about your specific situation, send me a message. I'll be happy to help you set up a go-to-market plan for your home. With that, thanks for watching.